So one thing I wish I had started doing 10 years ago was to document my thinking process. Because going forward, what we think, how we think, is going to beat resume. Stay with me. Gone are those days that we could just throw our resumes to a potential employer and think we're going to get hired on the spot. As we also know right now, there's a massive layoff going on every industry, from tech to healthcare to manufacturing to finance to e-commerce to logistics. We are having a huge amount of layoff going on, and people are asking what's going on. One thing you need to know is not that we have not lost our usefulness. If that is the question you're asking, does it mean that people have suddenly become less useful? No. The issue right now is that the job market, the landscape is changing. And once it is changing, you need to start changing and adjusting yourself to fit in into the new landscape. I wish I started expressing how I think. Because going forward, how we think will really differentiate people in their field. What you think, your opinion. In an era where AI is democratizing content creation, what will be very important and critical and very valuable that AI cannot replicate is judgment, is human context. So when people ask me, Jide, is AI going to replace everyone? And I said no. AI is just a tool. Remember the time that electricity was invented? I'm very sure I was not born then, but I'm very sure there was a hype all around electricity is going to replace people, is going to power electronics and replace people. Probably there was such a move at that time. But fast forward to today, we know that electricity is just the infrastructure to get things done. It's just the infrastructure for the new technology that's going to be built on it. So I want to see AI as an infrastructure, as an infrastructure that newer technologies will be built on. And it will required and it will be required of people who are still going to be relevant going forward to begin to learn how to integrate themselves in the value chain of the technologies that's going to be produced. So think of AI as an infrastructure that is going to provide the foundation for newer discoveries in every field. Right now, you must now begin to demonstrate how you can incorporate AI into your field. That differentiates you from someone in your field who is not thinking with AI. There's this lady I follow on LinkedIn. It's one of the top voices in LinkedIn, and I would recommend following her or finding a voice in your field to actually start opening your eyes to the possibilities of AI, not just generally, but in your field. Her name is Ali K. Miller. Okay, Ali K. Miller. She's a top voice in her industry in the AI space. So she talked about AI first thinking, and that got me thinking that wherever you are, whatever your field, your domain is, you have a AI and AI first thinking. What does AI first thinking means? It means that your approach to the problem should be, can AI get this done? Where can AI speed up this process? What workflow, what workflow is monotonous, boring, and time consuming that could be automated with AI? Because whatever you are not automating with AI, your competitor or somebody somewhere is automating it with AI. And in that case, we'll get better results, okay, than you who is not automating with AI. And in no time, that person will replace you. So in order to remain relevant, you need to keep the AI first mindset active. So each day you wake up, ask yourself, am I optimizing my processes with AI? Each time you go to work, think about the improvements that you can bring to your work process, workflow with the introduction of AI. Okay, are you currently a scheduler at work? You draw up schedule every day. You could as well find a way to shorten the time, to reduce the time you spend on creating that schedule. Because actually, it is the work that adds value to the finished product or service that's going to be remain relevant. So every additional work that is not directly adding value will be automated. So think of it this way. Companies want to save money. Companies want to make money. Companies want to reduce waste. So this is how I want you to think about it. Think about it in those three areas. What companies want to do. And you now need to start positioning yourself and align with the goals, with those three important goals that companies want to achieve, whatever industry you are right now. This is how you must first of all start thinking about it to remain relevant. How does my company want to save money? How does my company intend to make more money? How does my company intend to reduce work hours? And you must position yourself as an expert in that area that would help your company achieve that goal. So, whatever your role is, you must begin to think about how to save your company's money. I don't want to know the position you are right now because that is the real challenge. So, the real challenge right now is people making a transition from just an ambiguous role, a role that is not directly contributing to the output of the company, okay, to a role that is actively, okay, adding value to the bottom line of the company. Companies are looking for people to hire that from day one they will start contributing to the revenue of the company. Companies are now looking for people that will contribute, that will help them save money from day one they join the company. Companies are looking for people, for specialists who could help them reduce scrap rate, reduce wastage, reduce time with loss right from day one. And there is no time to become such specialist as we have right now with AI capability. So that is why this video is coming right now. And that's my thinking, that's my thought on how you can get started with AI. Okay, remain relevant in your field, contributing and aligning yourself to where companies are going. So recently in my company, okay, a specialist in operation was hired because the company is looking to reduce its waste. All right. So the guy was hired from top companies like Toyota, like Johnson and Johnson, where he has demonstrated his ability to streamline the company's operations, okay, reduces waste and improve the quality of their product. So the company decided to hire him to be able to transform the company to make its processes more efficient. So this is the kind of people companies are hiring right now. I'm telling you, companies are still hiring right now. Businesses are still hiring specialists, people who are going to make direct impact on the output and the company. So no longer will companies be hiring generalists. Okay, so you now to start redefine your career, and that is where AI comes in. Redefining your career means what taking what you do right now and extrapolating it into the impact it will bring to your company. If your current role does not clearly show how it will increase the company's revenue, how it will save the company money, or how it would save the company time, you must begin to start working on it right now because those are the roles that are actively being eliminated. And if any role that you have been eliminated currently and it does all those three things, this is the time to sit down, okay, and start positioning yourself as a thinker in your field. And that is the second leg of this video. I've talked about the fact that your role must constantly start adding value to the bottom line. It must clearly show the impact it has on your company's output. However, if you have been in such role that adds value to the output of your company and you are still laid off, here is the second part of the story. This is what you can start to do. Start positioning yourself as a thinker, as a system thinker in your field. Companies are looking for people not based on their resume alone right now, but based on how they think. You must now start making your thinking visible. Make your thinking visible. Show how you are solving problems. Show your thinking pattern. Okay? Gone are those days that we go through resumes at companies. There is so many people throwing resumes at companies right now, but there are so few people positioning themselves as thought leaders, as thinkers in their domain. So if you have 5 years experience, or maybe say 2, 3, 4, 5 years experience, you have something that AI does not have. And that is the aside, that is the side of you must start showing publicly. So if you don't have a LinkedIn profile, you should create a LinkedIn profile right now. Not to look for job, but to position yourself as a thought leader, as a system thinker, someone who understands end-to-end operations, end-to-end problem solving in your niche, in your industry. Companies are going to hire you because you understand the problem, you understand the solution, you understand the constraints and the dependencies, you understand how you can do the job, not just do the job, but how you can do it 2 times, 3 times, or 4 times better. So that is the other side of it right now. So if you are out of job currently, but you have experience, wow, that is something valuable, and it's okay. Everybody got to experience sometimes in their life that they couldn't just explain what happened to them. So if I've been laid off, take it as a wake-up call, take it as a challenge to start positioning yourself, start creating content, start positioning yourself as an expert, start showing real solutions to real companies' problem, and don't give up. Begin to be proactive. Companies are going to be hiring thinkers, problem solvers, those that are demonstrating how they think, okay, how they demonstrate the fact, those that demonstrate the fact that they understand the constraint in getting things done and how they overcome the constraints. So that's the extent of this video. So to summarize this video, so if you are thinking of adopting AI and strategy, start from where you are. You are in a field, you have an experience. How could you start saving money for your company using AI? How could you start making money? How can you start saving resources and reducing waste using AI in your role? So that's the first thinking. The second thinking pattern is, how could you start positioning yourself? How do you start positioning yourself as a thinker in your field, as a problem solver, as the go-to person? These two will matter going forward. So AI first thinking, how can I do what I'm doing better with AI? So this separates you from multitudes, a lot of people who are professionals and experts in their field but are not thinking with AI. So companies right now sees a lot of applications as noise and then few signals. So now the challenge is, how do we separate ourselves as signal from the noise? It's not by doing what looks like a noise. It's by doing what really signals relevance and what company really wants. Every company wants to remain in business. Your skill right now should be contributing to helping the business stay in business, remain competitive. Do you get me right now? So that is how to start thinking in line with career progression and AI adoption. So thank you for watching this video. If you got a value from it, I want you to like it and share it. Thank you for watching. If you have any question, just put it in the comment box below and I'll be willing to answer you. Thank you. Bye.